Yo, what's going on, Kicks Army? Today I'll be showing you guys how to draw the Air Jordan 12 step by step. Now, in case you guys don't want to actually draw the sneaker, but you still want the free sneaker stencil, I have that available on my website, KicksArt.com. There's over 180 different free sneaker stencils you guys can go ahead and grab, and if there's a stencil that's not on the site that you want to see added to the website, you can go ahead and send a request to the contact tab at the top of the page. And one more self-plug before we get into the rest of the video, I have a full playlist of how to draw videos. There's over 60 videos in the playlist. I'll link it at the end of the video, and you can just go on my page and you can check it out as well. Now, with all that being said, let's get it! Start is we have to set up our guidelines to make sure the shoe comes out proportionally correct. To do this, we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw two squares right next to each other. You can either use a ruler or you can eyeball it, whichever works better for you. Next, we're going to divide those two squares into top and bottom halves. Then we're going to add two vertical lines, one that's in the middle of the bottom right hand quadrant and then one that's in the middle of the initial left box. Finally, we're going to add one more horizontal line dividing the two bottom quadrants into halves, and this will give us all the guidelines we need to draw out the rest of the sneaker. Now, as usual, I kind of like to go with the silhouette first because that makes it easier to draw out the rest of the stuff that goes inside the shoe. With all of the lines that I make sure you look at where I place my lines in relation to where we have the guidelines set. Key thing for the silhouette is I want you to see how the toe and like the upper part of the shoe extends past that top guideline. And then for the back of the shoe, notice how the higher we go, the closer in it gets. Now that the silhouette is done, we can start working on the outsole. And usually for the outsole, it's pretty helpful to look at that last horizontal line that we made as our guide. And the Air Jordan 12 outsole is actually pretty weird because there's multiple components that kind of go into it and those lines kind of weaving out between each other. But again, as long as you look at that last horizontal line and especially some of those vertical lines, you should have pretty good placement for this. Now we're going to start adding some of the details on the upper. Notice how this entire curve stays underneath that center horizontal line. And then we're going to work on that section that extends right above the outsole. And this is another line that's a little wavy, so it's kind of difficult, but make sure you guys look at that last horizontal line that we made as our guide. That line is key, especially for a part like this, where it sits right on top of it. Then we're going to start to add some of the ridges that go on the outsole. Now we're going to start adding some of the details on the upper, which is really easy. We're going to start with that back panel that has the pull tab. Now we're going to define the upper from the tongue. And then we're going to start adding some of those metallic lace loops. They're basically like a small weird curvy shape that connects at the top. Once we have those lace loops, I'm going to go ahead and start filling in some of those laces. And the main thing for the lace is that they don't go past that vertical line on the bottom right hand quadrant. Then we're going to start to add the last little bit of detail on the upper, and the main thing for this is we got 13 lines that go all the way around the upper. These lines will be stitched and not solid. And once you have that, you are done. The Air Jordan 12 is already on the piece of paper. Next stage is the inking stage, and then after that it's the coloring stage, which is obviously my personal favorite. Now you guys already know that I love using the micron markers for my inking. I used to use the ultra fine Sharpies, which you guys can use as well, and that's definitely your cheapest option in terms of getting a nice thin marker look for outlining. But after I moved on past those markers, I prefer the micron markers. The main thing is because they have a varying widths to them. So the ones that I use for a lot of the heavier outlining is the 0.45 millimeter. And if I really want to get some finer details for like some stitching or like some logos or whatever, something that's a lot finer than the 0.45, I use the 0.20. If you go to Michael's or I guess wherever you have your local art retailer, they should have them in packs as well as individual. They have a 3-pack that comes both with the 0.45 and the 0.20, and then I think the middle one is like a 0.35 or something like that. And again, obviously that's like a few bucks. I think that's like $7 or $8, so it's a little pricey, it's a little expensive. If you don't have that money though, you can always use the ultra fine Sharpies. That's what I used for a lot of my earlier drawings. For those of you who don't know, before I started making YouTube videos, obviously I was drawing sneakers for fun. I was doing that in my room. But then I thought about it, I'm like, wait a minute, Instagram is actually a pretty good platform to post your pictures and share your stuff. So I got an Instagram, I started sharing a lot of my stuff. I knew that hashtags was the thing that you would need to use in order to get your stuff discovered by people that weren't you. I'd post my drawings, put hashtag sneaker, hashtag Jordan, all the different sneaker related hashtags, and over time I gained a few hundred followers. I think I was at about 500 or so followers before I started to actually make a YouTube channel. But if you guys go on my Instagram, which you absolutely should be following me by the way, I post all my new stencils as well as my video drawings on there as well. If you go all the way down to my earlier Instagram feeds, you're going to see a ton of different sneaker drawings that I did that didn't have a video associated. That was when I first started. It was cool because, you know, back then days were so simpler. I would do a drawing every few days or whatever, and I would take requests from people who followed me and they wanted to see a new drawing or whatever. And it's actually pretty interesting because during that time, I obviously was watching a lot of YouTube videos. I started watching YouTube videos like hardcore around 2007. But it wasn't until like the start of 2014 that I thought, wait a minute, if I'm doing these drawings and if these drawings are really cool, and if I can figure out a way to record these drawings, post them on YouTube, I bet you there'd be a lot of people who'd be interested to see the stuff. And that's exactly what I did. I'm telling you, if you go back to my earlier Instagram posts, you're gonna see a different posts I made when I got my art table, when I got my lighting set up, which I still use to this day actually, when I got my markers, all that good stuff. I actually took a screenshot of, I guess, some of my stats during the first month of me uploading videos. But during my first month of making videos, I was able to get 146 subscribers and 4,600 views over the course of 7 videos. Guys, if you ever tried creating a YouTube channel, if you ever tried to like do anything on this platform, those are insane numbers for 1 month. Divide up the views in terms of the number of videos that I have, that's almost 660 views a video. I don't even get that to this day. Now don't get me wrong, I'll get that same number of views over the course of 2 days as opposed to a full month, but that was a heck of a start looking back at it. And can I be real with you guys? Can I kind of vent, you know, kind of expose myself a little bit? It honestly makes me really sad when I look back and I see those numbers. Like, those are really good numbers just for a month of starting YouTube. 7 videos isn't a lot for a month considering I now do daily videos. Like, I could have absolutely have done daily videos back then, but my mindset was completely different. I didn't think about doing YouTube in a tactical way at all. I wasn't really thinking about the best way to go about creating the channel. I didn't even have a legit website back then. So when I posted my stencils to a website, it was on Flickr, which is owned by Yahoo. That's not my website, that's Yahoo stuff. And obviously, you know, the more you make content, the more you learn and the more skills you obtain, all that good stuff. I understand that. That's part of growing, and that's very important too, by the way. But it still aggravates me so much knowing that so much time has passed, over 4 years, it's almost 5 years, right? Knowing that I had such a good start and I didn't take advantage of it, and that's what kills me. Like, no joke, and I think about this all the time, even though I really shouldn't because it doesn't matter, but I probably could have gotten to 100,000 subscribers within 2 years if I stayed on that track. Because let's say, you know, instead of 7 videos, I did 8 videos a month, right? So that's 2 videos a week. That definitely would have been consistent. That definitely wouldn't have allowed subscribers to, you know, kind of forget about me, whatever. And that definitely would have helped grow the channel a lot faster than it did. God forbid I actually, you know, put in the work, put in the time, the effort to go daily. Oh my gosh. The channel would have blown up. It probably would have been, I don't even know, if I would have did daily videos from the get, I would definitely be over 200,000 subscribers easy, making a full-time living off of YouTube and off of art. Which means I would have been able to have paid for my tuition pretty easy right now. Which also means that I could actually be buying sneakers as opposed to saying every video that I can't afford these sneakers. Guys, this is the kind of thing that I think about every day. And even though I look forward to the future because I know it's going to be big, assuming I just stay with it and I keep doing what I'm doing, but there's a big part of me still that's like, man, you messed up, man. You really messed up. Like, I had that opportunity. I really had a chance to do something dope at a really fast rate, and I blew it. And that's just something I'm gonna have to live with. Now, the other side of that is that because I know so much now, because I'm just a lot smarter now in terms of what I'm doing and how I'm going about it, I'm not gonna let this go away again. Like, I refuse. I understand that I was gone for about 4 or 5 months this year. Trust me, guys, I know, and that still annoys me. I don't really have a good reason for that. I could give you all the reasons in the world, but it'd be excuses. But for those of you who've been watching my content for a while, especially like if you started watching my content at the beginning of the year, you know that when I came back in August, this has been different, like mad different. Daily videos for one, even though I did that at the beginning of the year, but still it matters to do daily videos. 2 new stencils a day, which are going on a website that's actually functionable. You guys remember the website back then when it was crap, right? You guys know. If you don't, I'll link a video in the description that I kind of took when I was making some adjustments to the website, where I was kind of showing the new section of how the website's gonna look and the older sections of how it looked like before. It was a mess. I think that's why I'm so excited now to make content, is because not only am I getting better at making these videos, but I'm also really motivated to do stuff for the website because the website actually looks good now. I remember at the beginning of the year, I had made a video, and I forgot what video it was, but I remember saying at one point, like, I can definitely do a video a day, but there's no way I can upload a new stencil every day. That's just too much. Guys, I said that at the beginning of this year. Me, the same person, within a 12-month span, within an 8-month span. Point of all of this is, first of all, thank you guys so much for all the love, all the support. Thank you for watching all the videos. Thank you for going on the website. I appreciate everyone who goes on the website, man, like for real. And I'm definitely more serious about this now more than ever. Like, I want this bad. I want to see how good this thing can get. I want to see how big KicksArt can get. Like right now, I feel like a level 15 Charmander that's so close to leveling up and really evolving. Like I haven't even made that first evolution yet. When I hit 100k subscribers, that's when I'll finally evolve and I'll be that Charmeleon, right? And that's a Charmeleon, that's not even Charizard. Y'all don't want to see Charizard pumping out 3 new stencils a day. Okay, maybe not that, but you guys understand. The point is, there's a lot of room to grow and I'm excited to see where this future is gonna lead with KicksArt. But that's gonna do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, boom, press that button again, post notifications. Don't forget to check out kicksart.com for all your sneaker stencil needs. Make sure you check out the other videos on the channel. I have over 60 other how to draw videos. I'll link to the playlist at the end of the video on the card. You guys already know that I'm uploading daily videos, so I will see you guys tomorrow. Yeah! Again with the voice cracks, what is wrong with me?